Also just posted out to the Discord. Frox is posting on Twitter.
What we post on Discord?
Tweeting.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year, you guys! 2021!
Happy New Year.
It's Happy New Year for everyone. We don't have to worry about that one.
Well, there's already been a change this year.
What's that?
Ramper wasn't the first one in chat.
Yep. Already something new. Also, Dirk 3000, thank you so much for the follow. Nice to have you guys all here. Pierre, Happy New Year to you. Luca, Happy New Year to you as well as CLT Specs. All you guys are amazing. Thank you for joining us here on this really awesome stream today that we're going to be discussing some really cool stuff as well as showing us. Also, Outsider, hello. Saw Outsider yesterday. Nice to see you, dude. Welcome on the stream. Dirk says, Sloppy McFloppy in-game. I do know you. I have you added as a friend. Nice to have you here. Luca, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. I only get one of those a month. Thank you for using it on us. All donations and subscriptions go directly to the development and help support out Neo, so thank you so much for that, you guys. Also, Ramp, hello. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Skywin, Happy New Year. Frey, hello. We're getting all the peoples in. Excellent. Pierre says they might have been the first in chat if you post a link in Discord yourself. Yep. Zendora says the wild bird appears in more ways than one. Okay.
I think I posted.
Whatever that means.
Oh.
Hello, Frooks. Did you post to the Twitter?
Yes.
Cool. We'll be getting even more people from around the webs joining us.
Around the web.
Have you ever watched Have you ever watched Attack of the Show before and they do around the net and then they're like, pfft. That'd be funny if we did like a session of like around the net, but instead of Neos. We could do something like that very easily. We just bring in video clips of like strange stuff that has happened that wouldn't be copyrighted maybe.
This happened in Neos. Oh dear.
Yeah.
You love me.
Love to you guys as well. Hey Angel, welcome. Welcome. Also, hello Random. Gotta stay random.
And a dog as well.
Hey dog, welcome. Hey. Good to have you guys here with us. We'll be getting into discussing what we're going to be talking about in about around 5 minutes till we get like more people coming inside here. But how is everyone's New Year's? Or did you guys party? Did you have fun? Did you eat lots of snacks and delicious foods? Tell me how did your day go? What happened? Because this is all whole brand new year, brand new start of mentally. I got all fresh and clean. I took a nice shower. Used the good coconut shampoo. It says all right so far. Good. I really do feel more positive about this year. I think that's going to be a way better year. 100%.
Ah, yes.
Hopefully it also makes people grateful for, you know, the things that they have in life and they don't take stuff for granted. Frey said I had a pizza, a full bottle of cider, which I shouldn't have had. Yeah. Cider, here's the problem with cider. It's such a sweet alcohol that always, no matter what, it's going to get me like not feeling like I have a hangover, but it will make me feel like I'm like sick to my stomach because it's just so sweet. At least when I used to drink. Luke says stay lots of games with IRL peeps Neos till 7 a.m. Yeah, basically me too. I was inside of Neos quite a lot, jumping around all around the worlds. And if you guys didn't know, we actually had over 400 users come online.
Really love
me.
I'm trying to bring a graph, but it's...
We had over 400 users inside of Neos last night. I guess servers were going down on VRC side and people were just wanting to hop in inside of Neos, but the fact that we were able to have that many people online and see it get past that point was so freaking awesome and amazing, and also the fact that our community immediately started helping out new users and they spread themselves about to actually help all the new people that were coming in and trying to help out all the... that alone I thought was so awesome. I just wanted to say on stream, thank you to everyone who went out of their way on New Year's Eve at the very least and helped all those new people that were coming inside of here. Everyone who did that, big shout out to you. I don't know if any of you are watching that did do that, but you guys are freaking awesome.
I did.
And thank you so much for that. That was
I did
so very
spot-
kind of you.
I did spot Turk bouncing through about 5 or 6 MTC sessions because you could see Turk's name in grey away in so many MTC sessions. So
Yeah,
Turk was
basically.
bouncing around quite a few.
Thank you, Turk.
Yes, thank you to Turk and also everyone else who helped out.
Yes.
And Luke says a stress test and awesome helpful community. I saw like 35 MTC sessions. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Remember says, well, good. After a toast, I waited for a while and went to the Creator Jam New Year's party for a while since everyone went to bed so I had to go to not disturb. Yeah. I was at the Creators Jam party too, and it was so funny. They had a floating frog's head that would go down on the hour every hour.
Speaking of frogs, speaking of
For Thursday, it
fruits,
was
like
hilarious.
this crazy boy here started off at midnight in his time zone and was up till nearly 12 hours later.
Yes. There's so many New Years. So many.
The cult
He
of
went
frogs.
through
Yeah.
every single New Year session he could.
No,
pretty much, and just
Frox
spend New
doesn't
Year with
sleep.
everyone.
Frox is the robota. No, he sleeps. He just doesn't sleep for long, at least from what he's told me.
When was
Freaks
like
can't be a
backup
robot.
family?
Yeah.
He's secretly a mango.
Okay. Anyways,
Yes.
so Theo wanted
And
to me to show this on stream, and I figured it'd be appropriate because
Fruits is
Theo
made
made a
of
little
fruits.
video for you guys. So I'll hit play
He's a
for it.
banana.
What? Oh, banana.
Happy New Year's! Let's make 2021 the best year ever.
Cute video. I like it. Theo did a good job on that.
He ironically said 2020 at first.
That's
I
funny.
got some graphs
That one meme was
that I pulled.
It's because
So this is-
2020 it rolls off the tongue easier than 2021.
2nd of December.
This is the last year. This is number of like daily concurrent like users, like the peak concurrent users. And I said this is
Yep. Just that one night.
Uh, like if you look at the entire history, you can see it's kind of going. Just like a huge spike.
Oh yeah, we got that.
We pretty much like broke our like record of like concurrent users, like the past one, like by multiple like 2 or 3 times.
Yep. Multiple kind of like spikes and kind of like in around similar. What is the next one gonna go like and then
I imagine like this is gonna like spike and it's probably gonna progress in a similar manner.
Yeah.
So it's not really what will happen, but we've always been that way so far. Like they're like spikes, although like much smaller, but like the overall like trend kind of like fluctuates. But important is also it keeps like growing.
Absolutely. And, the fact that we were able to get that many people here online just yesterday and just so quickly we were able to help them out, it's like already it kind of shows me that Neos is becoming even so much more ready, and I do feel like 2021 is going to be really our year. This is the year where we're going to be hopefully having physics fully implemented inside of here, having a really good desktop experience so then people on desktop mode can be able to edit and create and build inside of here as well. And what else do we have to look forward to for 2021, Frox? Anything else that you'd want to add to that?
Well, essentially making it like more accessible and making it like easier to use is the goal. So there's gonna be like more rework on the UI system, and there's gonna be more like optimizations to like so we can like handle like bigger amounts of users, and it's gonna be like on multiple fronts, like for Neos itself, also like for cloud. I'm kind of like watching the cloud like last night because there's been a huge spike of activity, and it was good like that we are essentially able like to handle it. Because you see this is like the number of like requests the server has to process like throughout the day. And what? Oh, what happened to the image?
Is it still checkerboard for you?
Okay.
Undo Aegis. There you
There we go. So we are like, this is like the number of requests like throughout the day, and then this is essentially like last night it like went and multiplied multiple times as well. So we can be also like adjusting it so like it can also handle it like a better. But we're very happy with how it like kind of runs. It was a pretty good like stress test for the system, and also helped us like identify some of like the potential like bottlenecks.
Yeah, the fact that it also successfully ran as a kind of a stress test. Hello, Tur. Nice to see you. Shout out to Tur. This is the person who also was inside Many Worlds, helped us out that night. So thank everyone. Hearts in chat for Tur. Thank you, Tur. As well as for everyone else. Goes out to everyone who helped out during that day, because there was a lot of people.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. I can't take all the credit. I was just running around just trying to make sure everyone's situated.
Yes. Also, Midnight Brush, thank you for the follow. And Kiko Walt, thank you for the follow as well. Just want to be sure that I'm getting questions seen through. Pierre says, I thought there was some event, not that the one I'm not too sure. It says, by the way, the Czech local is being held at 100% as much as possible, and the local is testing non-stop. I use my work test copy as my normal use local. This is way I can fix any oddities as soon as I spot them. Nice.
Thank you very much
Midnight.
for like helping translate, and everyone else like who's also like contributing. And it was like pretty like happy because like now like over the last year. Actually, it's been like in the past 2 months we've added like support for like locals, and Neos is now available in 18 languages. And we've got a lot of people who are like dedicated like to helping maintain the support and adding more as time goes. And it's great like to make it like more accessible to people, particularly ones who don't have English as their like native language. So thank everyone for helping to translate as well.
Yeah. Also, Midnight asks, does Neos support non-Euclidean geometry?
Not natively. It kind of depends what kind of non-Euclidean like you mean, because usually like when you do like non-Euclidean geometry, you use like some algorithm that kind of converts it to like Euclidean representation. So I'd need to probably elaborate a little bit on the question. You can do like a lot of interesting things with portals, for example, because you can kind of create like a hallway and can kind of like a tunnel, for example, that's like from the outside like it looks really long, but when you walk through it, it's really short. So you can do things like that. Usually, whenever like non-Euclidean geometry is done, like in games or projects like that, there's lots of different ways to do it. So that's hard to answer generally. For example, there are like some ray tracing engines which like actually use ray tracing and it actually bends the path of the light. But also have like games that use tricks like portals to kind of create also like non-Euclidean levels and maps. And that's something we can also do in Neos, but whether it's possible or not, it depends on the specific kind of like non-Euclidean geometry you want to do.
Hopefully that answered your question. And Pierre, see you later. And also to answer your question, Pierre, I believe that the increase was probably from like other servers from games going down and people joining inside of here. Also, Blue, thank you so much for the follow. Very kind of you.
I'm aware Steam also crashed a bit too that night.
Oh, really? Well, then,
Yeah.
then I guess that too.
Wait.
Jelly says 71 viewers and the stream just started. Yeah, it's we already have 70 people. Cool, perfect. Hey, anytime where we have the viewer count above 75, it gets us better on a path to partnership, and then the stream can be seen out there better by you guys.
Good job on time for me.
And I think Freyar had a question. So, how stable were things overall, Freyar asked? They were actually pretty stable. I would say things were running very good. There was obviously, it was, since it was New Year's Eve, there was a lot of people in specific worlds, so that was probably the thing that was kind of taking away performance. But if I was inside of my own world, everything was completely fine and still, like, everything was good inside of here in Neos.
Well, the performance does not really gonna depend on the number of users overall. That just depends on how powerful your computer is and how powerful the person hosting the world is. And there are a bunch of people running headless sessions as well, which help get a bunch of parallel sessions so people can split out and move between the sessions, and that can help make things manageable. The important part on our end was the server infrastructure, which handles syncing items, the inventory system, friends contact, registrations, and so on.
Because I've said before, quite a bit of it's all about the connection speed before now, so...
Yeah, a lot of it can have
So
to do
next,
with it. What's up?
I brought in Probable Prime's Neo's, Twitch to do thing. So this will be all the questions that pop up.
Oh,
That's cool.
excellent. That makes it pretty easy for us. So if you guys put a question mark after the statement, I believe it should take, or have a question mark anywhere inside of it, it's going to be putting it as a question inside here. So it separates comments between questions, because we do have a bit of people. So I'll be able to read that and see that for you guys. Thank you.
Oh,
Just
cool.
answer.
So, which random says, so are you going for partner? Will you ask about restream when at that stage? Restream Facebook, YouTube, etc. Oh yeah, I mean, I really hopefully we can get the stream getting into even a bigger light eventually, and having it to where we're posting it out onto all of the other forms of platforms that we can. And I really even have said that I really wanted to do YouTube streaming as well. Hopefully we can get that going. But yeah, so far we haven't been partnered yet though on Twitch, but I think that's soon to come. It'll be good when it does happen. Here it says so CCU for NYE was plus 100 or 200%. I'm not sure.
Concurrent user count, I think.
It was well, usually we're hovering around 100 concurrent users, and it was almost 400, so it was more plus 350%.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus 350%. So
I think
Those
that
ones,
night,
which
I
was
think
a
that night
lot.
you were expecting maybe 200 people on that night. Then we hit 400 something. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Just kept growing.
He's like, holy honk.
Was that the highest? Okay, because I know I did see 450 at some point.
I know before one of the questions was asked, Rayar Hate said they'd have to start looking at bandwidth and stuff, and they're curious about it. And I can pretty much say it works out about 1 megabyte a user when they're downloading. So about 10 people would probably require at least say about a 10 meg connection.
Yeah. And Kayubi says, would it be possible to write to Twitch chat from Neos? I don't
At
think
some point maybe, but that one's a
not
little bit tricky, because you actually have to log in into your account, and then Neos kinda needs to be integrated. So you essentially have two-way communication, and that brings its own security issues to make sure your private information and your Twitch account doesn't leak in some way. So that's, if you're interested in it, I would suggest making a GitHub issue about it, and then we can kind of gauge how many users are interested in this functionality. But right now it's not possible, so that's something that would have to be implemented.
I'm just gonna save this to my inventory real quick myself so I can save in this world later, because it's actually very nice. I like that. It makes it so that I don't have to go through too much of the chat when it goes fast.
I don't think you just about to do that.
When graph for concurrent users was shown, what was the second line for?
So there are two lines. The blue one, this is the number of peak concurrent users. That's how many users are on at the same time. But the orange one, this is the daily active users. And essentially what this means, this is how many unique users are on throughout the day. So typically you have a bunch more daily active users, because right now it's hovering around 600, so it's going all the way to 800. And it's essentially how many different users join on news throughout the day, but they're not all on at the same time.
Yeah. Angel says, do you guys know you're amazing? You're amazing too.
Oh.
Angels game the system.
So, Brad says, any plans on having dynamic avatar polygon downscaling to improve FPS for those with lower end rigs?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
dynamic
doing
LED.
doing like automatic LOD, that's one of the things that's planned. It's not the only thing that's necessary to like improve the FPS. It's quite a complicated problem because there's a lot of things that kind of come into rendering avatars, and not just the avatars, but also like the way they interact with the environment, the way like the IK is calculated, the way the engine itself like updates all the positions and sends like the data for rendering. So there's a lot of different things that are planned to be optimized that will overall like help improve the performance. So for automatic like polygon downscaling, that's also a bit trickier because that it doesn't, with automated methods, so like reducing the number of polygons, it doesn't produce the best results. Usually that's better when it's done by the artist, because they know like where it's better to kind of like take the geometry away, and they can also like bake maps to kind of like compensate for like lower geometry. But we do want to add it as a feature, so like you can like, especially with like lower machine, if something's really far in the distance, then it can just be automatically reduced without user interaction and just overall like improve performance. But
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Also, thank you, Froy, for the follow. Very kind of you. And they ask 1 megabyte per second or 1 MBS/s. I'm not sure.
Bits
That's
or
a
megabytes?
continuation to my question. It's megabytes.
I see. Okay, well.
Mhm.
Nerlux says, I have a question. Ooh. If you are watching YouTube videos, does server host restream to users, or it's downloading direct from YouTube?
It's direct from YouTube for everyone. We're not doing like any streaming.
Yeah, it would be directly from YouTube. There's not like it doesn't even really download. It's almost instant for me, at least, when somebody loads in a YouTube video. Let's see what else we got. I think that using WS server as a middleman would be easier, wouldn't it? Log into a BG app and connect to that inside.
Is this relevant?
That was on about the whole idea of being able to log into your Twitch account and chat and stuff. You probably could do it with a WebSocket, with the background app, but I don't advise it.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it because like the way you would have to do it, it would open it up like to abuse.
Yeah.
The only way like I could do it is like if you made sure that like it always runs in user space, because it's sort of like at a private layer. If you bring it into the world, you have to bring in like your Twitch credentials into public, and then anybody can snatch them up. And
unless you're running a server in the background on your computer, but even then, you're still open to an attack of someone just putting stuff in through your account.
We'll make it a lot safer, like the Keyblade does, but like people could still like just send it like whatever information they want. So
exactly.
Yep, and then the next question is, Midnight Brush says, would it be possible to have Neos integrated with third-party messaging systems, i.e. Telegram, Discord, etc.?
For some, probably not, because usually like for Discord, the integrations like that, they're against like their terms of use, so like we wouldn't be able to do that. What I would recommend in general, like, is we have added a desktop mode, so you can actually access your desktop from within the Neos dash, and just like use the official applications for that. But
the only other thing you could do regarding something like Telegram or Discord is actually use a bot, but then you're not actually accessing it the way you want to. But then you'd be able to use it for data, like, say you're running a headless server, you'd know who's joined your headless and how many users there are in there, and so on and so forth.
Yep. Also, Boxboy Productions, thank you for the follow. Very kind of you.
Thank you. There's also like a way, people have done like one-way integrations, like with a bot. Like there's a Discord viewer where you can like put a Discord server, you put a bot in there, and it'll show you the messages inside of Neos and can place it on your dash, for example. But it's just one way, you cannot send messages.
And to Mr. L, yes, this world is joinable. But right now we have a maximum of 10 people allowed inside here, so somebody would have to leave in order to join. Are there plans to improve the video player's performance? See libVLC.
Yes, with that one we're pretty much just waiting on the official libVLC plugin, because right now it has like some issues and they still haven't been resolved. We are using a third-party version of like libVLC right now for playback, and it has a lot of issues. It hasn't been updated like in almost 2 years now, so that's unfortunately like not ideal. But the the official like live VLC like integration is looking much better. It just has like some issues that need to be resolved because right now we cannot get any audio data from it. So like it would be able to play video, but like it would be completely silent.
Yes. So I like this next question by Galaxy. Says, any thoughts on the New Year badge? Sorry if this was already asked. It wasn't asked yet. What are our thoughts on what are our thoughts on the New Year's badge?
It is almost done.
It's almost done. Okay.
But
Who's working on it? Is it coffee?
Coffee.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Perfect.
Well, we could like show like a working version of it if we want to like reveal it or.
Yeah, you know, why not? It is a New Year's stream, and this is going to be kind of like a little sneak peek as to what anyone who has joined in 2020 is going to be having a badge over their name tag. And badges are going to be a collectible thing eventually. In 70s, we'll even have a profile system with a badge book, and you can kind of store them inside of there and do with whatever you want with them. And kind of say like, oh, you're here during around this time. Also, hello, Dark.
I think we need a drum roll.
Drum roll?
Dogs.
Do we have one? I don't know if anyone's
we
made one
don't.
yet.
Ankle biters.
Oh my.
Sorry,
Let's
really.
cover it up.
I'm gonna
Let's
import
go
it here.
somewhere secret, and then we can get a drum roll.
Don't follow me.
Wait,
Yeah, you don't follow him. It's got to be a surprise.
I have pencils. We can fake this.
Isn't there a
It's going to be a great year, you guys. I feel it. I really do.
I mean, you could.
It's going to be an amazing year.
Hang on, let me see if I can find a drum roll.
But
One moment.
it'll be all natural.
Wait, can't we just like set it to someone who is like a new
What the heck?
user this year?
No, I have to push a new build.
No, I mean like
Okay, you know what?
What is the lore for the piece, the orange? We do not discuss the orange. The orange must never be discussed.
I can just show it. I
Deleting the
think.
question.
That is classified information.
Classified information, that is.
Where is it?
Anyways,
For flip size only.
Star Fox 27, thank you for the follow. How about the... We're going into deep dark waters here, Blue.
So
Deep dark waters.
It's redacted.
do you want to show it that way? Like we can just like show it like where are we gonna like put it?
And just hear Frox talking about how they... Oh, this is how we're going to show it out. Frox is so funny. I love him.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is technically.
So if the badge book gets implemented, will it still show on the name badges? Yes, it'll be kind of like a highlighted thing, does he? So you'll be able to click and select it to have it either shown or not shown. And it can be a choice thing to have. Because I'm sure people collect different types of badges as Neos grows, and it can be a different, unique thing. Just as something for fun.
Really nice badge.
undo that.
I mean, technically, you could kind of, if you became a patron, you could get any badge you want, but... yeah.
Okay.
Plans around inventory improvements, use navigation improvements, 100% Specs Fox. This is for sure coming this year. We're going to be having a reorganizable inventory and a much better contacts list that's going to organize the friends list from online to offline to a better search system for it and not having a whole list of every single name. It's going to be all good for at least for the inventory and contacts, and then we'll work on the other stuff and the other even graphical options or other stuff like that. But the main concern ones for the UI right now is going to be the contacts and the inventory. So yeah,
And settings menu.
excited for it. This year will be good, Grandpa. I'm feeling it. I'm not just saying that. Normally, I have these like gut feelings in my stomach. This year, I already know it's gonna make people so much more grateful and so much more appreciative of life, and I feel that this year. It's gonna be great. Denny says, "I hope the 2020 badge color is blue/purple. Hopefully, that'd be cool."
Ooh.
I don't know what
well,
it's
I was
gonna,
gonna
I don't know what
say-
it's gonna be though.
Are you ready, Nix? You ready to show it off?
Yeah, yeah. Let's show it. Let's see.
Drum roll, please.
Oh wow. Oh,
Alright guys, come on in.
Oh wait.
come on.
Hello. Wait. Oh, am I supposed to have name tags? Am I supposed to have name tags turned on or something?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Could you go back and do that again? Sorry, I don't have name tags on.
Run. Sorry. You didn't see anything. Stream didn't see anything. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
You didn't see it.
Oh, so, I mean, they don't notify me of these things. So what am I supposed to do? Anyways, drum roll, please.
I don't know.
Play the drum roll again.
Alright,
Make it good. That's wait.
think they deleted the drum
You're
roll.
messing up the Twitch clip. Oh, thank you.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Oh, what is it? What? Oh, okay. Your ear is covering it up. My God. It's it's like a extra flame fire. It's very
It's a bonfire.
perfect. So that's the badge right there, you guys.
Bonfire lit.
Ooh. Or at least kind of like the bonfire lit, yes. Literally on fire. Yeah.
This
So
is
there
not
you
like the
go.
fully finished version.
That's
It's
your badge.
probably gonna be just a few more tweaks to it, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Excellent. So this isn't going to be the final version, but there will be a few tweaks that are going to happen. But this should be relatively like how, and it actually looks pretty cool. I do like that badge. That looks really awesome.
There's like a few nice metaphors for it, and like why we kind of like decided on this one is because every badge, like for every year, it's like signifying what happened like with Neos like that year. And for the 2018, like we have a spark, and that was because like the community, whoever like joined in the year, the community was really small. Neos was like very rough at the time, but with their support and with like the things people have been creating, they kind of like sparked like. They kind of essentially turned like Neos from something that was just like a pile of like code that nobody was using into something that started growing into active community. So those people were kind of like the initial spark. Then people who came like the next year, they started like building up the community, and they started like their support, like the spark essentially became like a fire and like lit. So there was another like metaphor. It kind of like lit a spark into like a bigger flame. But what's very important is like that the last year, 2020, thanks to the community, Neos became self-sufficient, because still at the beginning of like 2020, we were in a state where we were essentially losing money. Because the income essentially wasn't enough for how much we needed like to spend, and even then like we were kind of like in very what's the word? Lean state, like where we were like trying to spend as few as possible, but we were still like worrying like, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna have to like start doing like different projects just to support the development? And thanks to everybody in the community coming in, thanks to everyone supporting this project on Patreon, supporting it on Twitch, but also supporting it by just being part of the community and by doing lots of great trainings. Like I mentioned, for example, people doing the translations. Like that's people from the community coming up like to help the platform grow in one way. There's been people like Midrav with Creator Jam, who has organized the Metaverse Maker contest, and we had 201 people submit. I think it was like 81 unique worlds, and make a lot of really cool content that has helped this platform grow and push it like on the creative side like much further like than any of the previous years. There's been the Japanese community doing lots of awesome stuff as well. They organized like their own festival, like Neos Festa too, and it also saw a lot of like great content, and overall just people making lots of cool things. It kind of felt like everybody was starting to put like essentially logs into the fire, into the original flame, and that made the flame bigger. And it made things grow more, and more importantly, it made things self-sustaining. So that's kind of like the metaphor encoded in this. Is like everybody kind of from the community gathering around the fire, putting the logs into the fire and helping it like grow bigger. And there's one more metaphor for this. Is like because another way people make news better is by submitting bugs and problems, because that usually fixes a lot of like issues people are facing, that makes the experience more pleasant. And usually when people submit bugs, they submit logs. So we have logs in the badge.
That's
Logs help
hilarious.
Neos grow.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, Random says in 2024 there will be a fire extinguisher in 2025 fire truck. I actually think it's going to go in the direction probably with the badges. Probably after the fire would be stuff that would signify higher energy, right? Because if there was more users, then it could be like a plasma fire, and then maybe even like a star or something like that, because it's like maybe signifying different forms of like higher energy, and that higher energy is more people being inside of here. So, because it technically was like a very small spark, and then maybe as we start getting thousands of users here inside Neos, that would be probably the next few years badges or something like that. Of
I we want to do like whenever we get like a huge explosion of users, like when it grows like really fast, like for the year we're probably gonna have like some kind of explosion. We're kind of like joking about like a mushroom cloud or something like that, just like when the population comes.
It's going to be a rocket. You're going
There
to
you go.
fly me to the moon.
Yes,
More energy.
everything is like rocket for the future, but like usually like we try to pick one that's kind of like a good like metaphor for to kind of sum up the year in a
So
way.
let's make that this year, you guys. This year we will have the mushroom cloud explosion badge.
Fingers crossed.
More rocket.
Big Bang badge when.
Yes.
When Neos becomes its own universe and spans
Exactly.
across multiple galaxies.
Exactly.
So like in 20...
Mushroom cloud and mini frogs is running away
445.
from it. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. We just have like a little tiny frogs, just like he's like and it'll make him look like a cute like cartoon version of him, and then just like he's running off from the cloud.
Oh no.
Or in a rocket ship.
So there's a
Rocket
few
ship.
questions here
Yep.
that I'll answer
Yep.
for chat here. You've got some lovely questions. Does that include import controls? File names can be hard to read sometimes there. It might have been for something else.
I think I'm going to put a UI. The file browser, if it was for the file browser, then yeah, select the one that's going to be reworked. And it's going to be like, so you can actually easier, like, read the names easier.
And as he says, if the badge book gets implemented, will they still show on the name badge? Yes, they will still show up on the name badge. It's going to be a highlightable thing. Like you'll have kind of like a section with a facet where you'll click on the badge and have it to be shown or not shown.
You'll be able to select what badges you want, basically.
Yes.
Does anybody have a shopping cart so we can start the cascade?
Oh gosh.
But I want to visit Zen.
Just don't start the Renaissance Cascade, okay? Okay. It sounds good to me.
I'm not.
Next.
I want to go to Zen. Let's go to
What
Zen.
year do
Yes.
we just get a picture of Goku as the badge?
I'm not sure what that is.
It's from Dragon Ball Z, boy.
I never seen
Ultra
that.
Instinct.
They're be like, "Ah, ah." Actually, where's that death beam? Where's Ryuvi at? The time when I need
Ryuvi's
Ryuvi.
not here.
The time when I need Ryuvi to be here, he ain't here.
Not to summon them.
I'm sending him an invite because I need his death beam.
Ryuvi,
I
get your
need his-
butt
I need his-
over here.
Senti's like, "Egg can't join." I know. Sorry, Senti. Sorry to any of the people that weren't able to get inside of your request, but I only want a maximum of 10. Dive in. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome here
And,
onto the Neos channel, which this is 2021, you guys. It's brand new year. New things are gonna happen. Great stuff here at Neos. And already we have so much more support than we did back from 2019. 2020 really has been one of the biggest years for Neos of just all the amazing stuff that's happened out through this community.
First
and all
bobblehead of the year, Turks.
Yes.
I'm special.
Proud of you. And so many amazing things that have been done out by the community, including the MMC event, which was a really great event that inspired a lot of people to get creative and build together.
Oh, you got the bees.
And
I got the bees.
and as
I
well,
this.
I really do feel like this year is gonna have just that much more of what people are gonna be able to do collaboratively here inside Neos. And if this is your first time seeing Neos inside through the chat, you guys. Definitely install it. It's completely free on Steam, and I really highly recommend just trying it out. And if you feel a little bit lost, just join on People in Active Worlds, and they will help you out. If you just ask somebody for help, they will help you.
Services have been applied.
Anyone also folks.
I found what you're looking for.
I need the
I found
Kamehameha
who you're
Death
looking
Laser
for.
Beam. Kamehameha. I'm giving chat this energy. This energy is for you, chat, so then you can do more stuff in your life and you can, achieve goals.
I like how
Thanks for the host.
explosive it looks.
We got a host as
Where
well.
were you storing that? Where was that?
This is for you, chat.
Okay. Oh no, don't snitch.
We should have said epilepsy warning.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, that's justified.
Unlimited power. Excellent. My eyes.
What's this? Neo's history on the
Green,
wiki.
you're lovely.
When?
Just remember. Thanks. You're lovely too, Cage.
Maybe add like a filter.
Lots
to that,
lots
just
of
in
question
case,
marks.
Like an episode, Simon.
You,
don't know
you,
if you
you
ever
guys,
used
whenever
it,
you put a
though. Like one
question
of those
mark
things.
inside a chat, it lets them like there is a question, and it's supposed to be your to-do thing, and then you just
No, it's okay. I don't.
love overload question mark. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I do like the top question there. More Neo's history on the wiki when. Also, I would like to make Museum of Neo's history and Neos. I would like to brainstorm when there is some time to. The story of Neos is very interesting.
Yeah, the story of Neos actually is pretty interesting. I do have to agree with you on that one. And
I think
I should
it'll
probably like
all
write like some more information, but it's always like kind of hard to find the time to.
Yeah, I see that get asked a lot, but I figured that will happen probably in time.
yeah, Finnegan, thank you for the follow. Also, Turk, I love you. I love you, Turk.
Love you too. Thanks.
I like that one.
Yes.
I like that name
Also,
of the last follower.
the real Almighty. Thank you for the follow.
The Almighty Bork.
Bork.
Wait, if it's a really mighty bork, does it just get like bigger bork or like? It gets really. Okay.
It's like sheep levels of Bork.
I'm sorry, but for me, Bork means something different where I'm from.
What?
Wait. What? Really?
It is like LOL.
Goes to Google.
Will there be scriptable shaders? Technically, you can already script materials here inside of Neos using Logic's Blay. So,
Well, like for shaders, like you can there's planned like so you can make actual like shaders, like but that's all a bit far off right now, so nothing too specific yet.
I know people are
is
really
there going to
excited
be a
for
way
that
to
update.
apply reflection probes only onto specific materials? For example, if you wanted a cube map for a glass or bottle, you can already, I think, apply reflections on.
No, you can't.
No.
Only
Like
lights at the
reflection
moment.
probes, like the way they want is essentially work is like the it is like the PBR model where like the reflections are within the entire like environment. In general, like you shouldn't be like overriding per object because they won't produce the correct results. But there is one thing we can expose that's gonna let you do that, which is essentially overriding the either like the anchor for the reflection probe. So you can say like this is used to select which reflection probe gets used, or maybe even overriding which one gets used. I have to look into that a little bit though.
Yeah. And then Nami says, originally I felt like 2018 and 2019 would be the only ones that had badges. Will there be other badges for 2021 and 2022? Absolutely. I think that we'll continue with the badge thing and collecting them as a yearly date, as well as badges that you can kind of like collect out just by doing and participating inside events inside of Neos. Because we will be having for sure a bunch of events this year, especially if the rate of growth keeps growing and we, you know, in the same rate of growth that was from last year. If we do the same thing this year, that's going to be for sure enough to where we can have lots of fun events and do a whole bunch of stuff here at Neos. And we're getting close
Also, like
to 3,000 followers too. We're going to be having a 3,000 follower stream right when we hit that goal, and we'll be giving out probably free merch again or some other cool stuff like that where we'll be giving back to you guys and having like fun games. So definitely follow. Oh yeah, now we're getting the follow. Oh now when I say that, now when I say that I'm giving free stuff. Now you guys follow. I see how it is.
Yeah, thank you for the follows.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Jer and Jet and Asfi and Zandorio. Thank you so much, all of you guys. That definitely puts us closer to that 3,000.
Someone said free
Someone
stuff.
said free stuff.
Not yet.
Did someone
free
say
stuff. Nobody said free stuff. No free stuff. No free stuff. Nothing's free.
What?
At least
Well, somebody shot me. Also, cool show. Thank you for the follow as well.
I just like to clarify. I follow free things. Oh no.
Gosh.
Hey,
Yes, more
it's okay.
Neos.
At least
Yeah. Let's
Next,
go.
at least it was free. At least it was free.
That wasn't me, you.
Also, whatever happened to the gravity flip? I missed the gravity flip from inside the other world because that was just a fun way to like. That was a fun way to like mix the stream up and make it go really crazy. I remember.
I can do it relatively quick.
Okay, yeah. Well, you double zooped me, so now I'm on the ceiling. Smart chat. Big brain. Big brain. Anyways.
Stuck on the ceiling.
Yes, I know. They big brained it. Big brained it. Anyways. Thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription as well, Xanderia. Very kind
What?
of you.
Hello.
And no, I did say free stuff. If we get to 3,000 followers, we'll have a 3,000 follower stream and give away to you guys and thank you for being here with us. And we'll probably have one after that as well.
Hello.
Probably after that we'll have like 6,000 and then 10,000. Probably after those ones. So.
The only way you guys are going to be behind us now is by if you want to jump off the ceiling and just walk along on your own.
You guys too.
You ready for more questions next? Because people are getting actually.
I mean, I'm on the ceiling. They gotta zoop me again.
Oh, okay.
I got a double zoop.
Zoop them back.
Or explode me or Zeus me. Either or. Oh, okay. Well,
There you go.
Or it works.
Whoa. More KFC? Yeah, it's lit. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna fly over there. Ah.
Oh, here, let me go get him.
Okay. You're to answer questions.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
If any of you want KFC, I got the hookup for you.
Oh
Just so
no.
you know, just hit me up and I'll slide some KFC your way. You feel me? Yeah.
There's a few users who have quite a lot of KFC.
No more. Thank you for the follow. Very kind.
Yes.
I like the blue
Don't give too much. It can break certain systems if you spawn too much.
Dark Kryptonite
I like
101.
Ryuzi.
Thank you for the follow as well. I like your name. It's a cool name.
Oh no, the KFC.
Oh, we are not giving away free money though. Not free money. That would
We are
we are
giving away free KFC. It's
worth
nothing.
Oh yeah, it's money that's worth nothing. So yeah, you can have all of that. I don't care.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Any updates on the Neos VR store? Asks Khazard.
This runs pretty much like live, a few things. So, well, doing like Neos VR store as in like selling items in worlds, or doing like the merch, or
means that for Neos VR store,
Yeah.
which that
Or
is
just like
that rub the head rub thing.
the first thing that's
a
gonna
few things.
The first
my
thing
God.
that's going to allow
I
us
think
to
Nex
enable
has
that out
got
is
that.
when we start having the content ID system for items to make sure that the people's
Yes.
content is secure and safe. Once we have that system set in place, then we will start going forward for hopefully a website or even possibly just all store within Neos itself to be able to purchase.
It's gonna be within Neos first, like that's kind of like the native. Well, it essentially tied like to the UI rework. So like once we rework more of the UI, there's also gonna be similarly to like how you have world browser and the one's been reworked. You're gonna have like a sort of like a workshop where you can like find items, like they can be avatars, tools, pretty much like anything, weapons. And that's gonna combine with the content ID system where the workshop is sort of like it's a way of like finding items, and the object ID and license system is a way of like binding information that like this particular object, like you need to buy a license to be able to use it and to save it. So these essentially two systems will kind of come together and it will like provide a new store.
Yep, and I'm so excited for that because I really do feel that's when people are actually going to be able to make not just having this as a hobby, but actually as their full-time job, creating and selling stuff, making stuff through Logix, making stuff through selling 3D models that they've produced, and making even avatars and all fully unique stuff, fully designed out and articulated for a system like this. Like, you know, you can do so much more with avatars instead. If you're like just my character alone, I can like flap my wings and actually fly. Just doing that. People could, I'm sure, make so many more unique avatars that do such unique and cool stuff that you see a lot of like on these art websites, and I think that they really can be articulated and made here inside of Neos. And what better of way to motivate people than money? So definitely can't wait for the store system to be inside here, and I really do believe that it's going to be inside here for this year. That's why this year is so exciting, you guys. This is when really the wheel starts turning for 2021, and we're refreshed, revitalized, and ready to go. Random ICT says, isn't something on the wiki somewhere? Question mark? I don't know.
The history of Neo stuff. For, like, the
Yeah, there's
museum
like
and whatnot.
some history, but like it's just like sparse.
Yeah, I figure we'll get stuff like that in time once, like, we just can get somebody to, like, allocate time to it, or just have, like, a little bit
And
to
Specs
do it.
says, do emissive materials provide lighting in worlds? They don't, but you can always attach a light to around the area, and that's usually what I do if it's a specifically high emissive material.
They don't provide lighting, but I do know they bleed a little bit, where, like,
They
the
do make
affected...
bloom. They make bloom,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Yeah.
Skywind says, what are your plans for Screen Mode, and how soon can we see something on that? So,
You'll actually
let
like see on it like pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
That's one of the things that we're like gonna be prioritizing. And this usually plan is like to kind of like unify the system. So like for content creators, like you don't have to worry whether the user's playing like in screen mode or in VR, and the system's going to work like the same. And like for the screen users is like so you can pretty much do everything you can do in VR and make it a much more like comfortable to use. So we will have like multiple modes, so you can like play like in first person. You can also switch to third person. We can see your character. You can like move it around and things, and also have sort of like a free cam, like especially when you're like editing, so you can like move things around. There's other things, like so you can also like, for example, snap like different like windows and UIs. You can even create like multiple views. We wanted this mode to be like very like extensible, the same way like Corneos is. So I recommend like keeping out like on the weekly updates and on the vlog channel, because that's kind of where you will see the stuff soon.
yeah, the screen,
first.
yeah, the screen mode is definitely a high priority on us, working on it for very early on in the year and making sure that it, is implemented so that people inside desktop mode aren't only just here to have a better experience moving around on the desktop or even interacting with the user interface, but also to create stuff inside of here. Because imagine taking off and pulling off the headset, and then immediately it switches to your desktop mode, and now you can have gizmos and tools that work similarly to how somebody would build stuff in Unity. That's going to be a monumental shift and change to allow people and creators to be able to build for hours and hours on end, because they're able to be used to the fact of building in that sort of way. So it's already a norm. VR building is something that's very new. I think that it's the future, and I think that most people are actually going to be doing it in the farther future. But the fact that it is so new right now, not too many people are used to that. But if we show them something that they are used to, and we start having those creators building that content here, whew, it's gonna be amazing. So
and I think that's like the important part is like just being able like to switch between like a screen and VR like dynamically, because that way like we can combine like both of like efforts, and even people like who are not too used to like VR like world building, they can like slowly transition to it. Like they make some changes in desktop, but they can just like put on the headset, don't have to like restart anything, just continue editing from within VR. And even like if you're not building, I think that's gonna be a like compelling feature, because let's say like you're in VR hanging out and you need to like do something in the room, or you need to like you have like a lunch or something, and you kind of want to like keep talking to people, so you can just pull your headset off and just continue talking with people like from just from your screen, and just jump back like whenever you're like ready again.
Exactly, it's gonna make it so much more fluid. Also, Durba, thank you so much for the follow as well. I want to be sure to get that, and let's see what other questions we got. Froxius Appreciation Day event, where we make stuff for Froxius and Neos. This is already a thing. More, it's on his birthday, and we do it for Frox's birthday every single year. And his birthday is October 30th.
Oh.
He's a spooky boy.
Yes, I remember that because it's one day before Halloween.
Yep.
Frey says, are there any simple things to keep in mind for performance when importing a mesh and building an avatar basics? Don't do this thing because of performance bullet points.
In general, like I would say, use the least amount of everything that still gives you like the desired result. Because people build all kinds of like different avatars. You can build like avatars that are like very light, that are really good like for populatory wars, or you can build like a very high definition avatar, but that one might be more usable with like multiple people. So keep the amount like of geometry as low as possible. Keep the amount of materials as low as possible. Keep the amount of textures as low as possible, as well as the resolution.
4K textures and probably over 100,000 polygons for this model. So
yeah, this one's like an example of like a really high definition avatar with like lots of detail and so on. So
but that detail is worth it. I mean, look at my wings. Also,
And I like
the creator's actually in chat. Angel is the one that made this model. Thank you, Angel.
There's a lot of different ways like that the avatars can like be taxing. So you can have avatar that like is very low like on geometry, it's very low like on materials and so on textures, but it's still relatively heavy
60K,
because like you
sorry.
put a lot of like complex logics on it. So the best way is like to sort of like have a profiling process where you can, for example, you make an empty world, you spawn a bunch of copies of your avatar, and you see how it affects your performance, how it affects like your frame rate, how it affects the. Ooh, hello.
Oh,
That's a great
that's
help.
it. Oh no.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, there I go. I'm back.
I'm back.
It affects like how. Essentially like watch like how much performance like it takes, which also like how it affects when it's loaded into the environment, like if it gives you like a big spike, that might be also something indicative, and sort of like use like do testing,
Yeah.
because performance like overall like it's complex, so like testing the avatar and like or in general just profiling and seeing how it works is an important part of like the creation process.
One thing I'd like to quote from Probable Prime: please do not put all of IKEA on your avatar.
Yes. Yeah, that kind of comes like to the least amount of everything that you can.
Yeah, hopefully that answers your question. KH says, my friend is asking, is asking if there will be a way or be an update to the wiki where it'll explain logics and stuff like that. We are already planning it out by, there's quite a few people in the community that have been wanting to go inside of there and actually revamp the whole wiki and do a whole entire brand new redesign for it, make it like look, you know, higher end, as well as having sections and tutorials for understanding logics more, even like what node what each node does. So yeah, hopefully we will have that for the wiki at some point. I know that it's a high priority on Coffee's list as well as for a few other people.
I know currently a lot of the wiki effort has been community driven. So help the wiki, do what you can, please, but also work with everyone so we have something that everyone can learn from.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
We have a wiki channel on the Discord as well where we can kind of coordinate with other people, so that's also a good one to pay attention to.
No More says, what would keep people from copying paid Logix creations?
That's gonna be the content ID system, like a license system. Essentially gonna like tag the hierarchy, like, and prevent it like from being copied. But in general, with systems like that, like you can never like guarantee that like it's not rippable, because any kind of like protection, if the data is there, somebody can take it and copy it in some way. We can only make it as difficult, or like make it more difficult for the people doing it, but we cannot guarantee that it's not gonna happen. So another important part for it will also be like moderation and making sure that like people can report if something gets ripped and if they find like something that they have created and somebody else is using it. For logics, that's a little bit more difficult because like that one, it's hard to like tell if the logics is just same or if it's just copied. For things like textures and meshes, that might be a little bit easier to tell. Like we're gonna tell like basically on the similarity and how if somebody even like uploads like an asset that's pretty much identical and we already know that one's protected, then we'll know like the person's just ripped it, and we don't allow the re-upload. But in general, like the goal essentially of the system is to like minimize how much loss like you can get like by people ripping the stuff, and making sure that we also deal with the aftermath when people do rip it. So
yeah, an Angel
for the
says,
store,
for
for store, like another important part of it is like also having sort of like a buffer. So like if before like you get paid out. So if somebody rips your stuff and sells it and it gets caught in time, we can actually redirect like that revenue back to the original creator, and it's kind of like where the moderation part comes in.
So Angel says, will we be able to script custom shaders for materials right from within Neos and use them, or do we still need another program?
The goal is to have them like completely scriptable within Neos, so we essentially use like a subset of logics to do that. But it is far off right now, so like it's just like a rough plan.
Yep. And then Morris says, overhaul to the avatar setup system? Question mark.
I'm not sure about overhaul. There's gonna be like more like improvements to it, more additions, automating more stuff, and so on. But like in general, like the base, it works the way it's like supposed to. So I don't think there's like a need for an overhaul.
I'd say that there's so many more things. Like you have to think about like each thing. We do know that everything has to be updated and everything has to be improved. It's about what is the higher priority of what's to be improved. So like for example, I would say the higher priority again would be like desktop, better full body system to set up that, because I know that the full body system, if you are in any world trying to set that up inside of the world and there's like a grabbable receiver surface on the world, it's just going to snap the thing and make it look all crazy. There's a bunch of problems with that's been going on for well over for a year.
Did anybody report that one?
No, I guess not, but it is the grabbable receiver surface effects.
People like to report stuff like that like on GitHub, because usually like stuff doesn't get fixed because nobody really bothers to report it, so like it doesn't get like on the list.
Oh. Well, then I'll just then I'll constantly just report all the stuff on GitHub.
I'm also noticing there's like some repetitive questions. I just wanted to touch on stuff. For the shaders, yes, I think it's intended for logics to be settable for your own shaders, because like that's the point of at least being able to make your own shaders in here to some degree. So I'll just clear that one off.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to get.
But the overhaul
shaders
is probably won't be coming until that's like a lower priority on the list, because there's so many additional features as well as things that have to really get updated out, including even the new inventory and contacts list and other things that also have to really be, because right now I feel the avatar creation system is at least decent enough to get people set up and get in here right away in their avatar, and it works pretty well. Random IACT says, will you implement something like 3 prone switch for performance selection of each user can set with avatar support that would have different complexity avatars selected based on the client side switch?
Well, this kind of like comes like to the like LOD systems and kind of like making sure like you have like different like levels of like detail, for example. So
yeah, you could have like someone
I'm not sure if it's gonna be like switch. That's gonna be like in part it's gonna be also like to the user setting up the avatar like in a way, and then we can like do certain things to kind of like make it scale better, but in general, like we don't want it to be kind of like manual switch. We kind of want the system to be able like, to auto scale based like on how it's running, because you can have like different conditions. You can have like small world, there's just a few avatars, so you can kind of afford like to have like more detail. Or you have like a big world, there's like lots of users, but they're also like far away. So we want the system to be automatically switched, like reduce the number of calculations done for like the avatars that are like far away. But once they come closer to you, like actually increase the detail, because like now you need it. So that's gonna be the general approach, is just having the system so it's like more scalable, so it like scales better, but like it doesn't require like a manual like user action.
Yeah. So Mora says, can we have a way to locally force stuff, so like me giving everyone custom nameplates that only I can see?
I mean, we can do that kind of now, but if you're turning like a name tag template of some kind that you see for everyone, I don't know if we would do that. I would think
I'm
because
not
of
sure I understand like the context of the question, so that's kind of hard to answer.
More wants something of like basically like you insert a template and that becomes everyone's name tag.
But like, what's like the goal of that? Like, why?
It's an accessibility option. I can sort of see why,
Oh.
especially when some people have a name with a fancy font. It's really hard to read. So it's probably be more along the idea of we have a standard name tag format for people to see, which they can toggle.
For that one, that's actually planned. Also, like, don't really plan on like having BME like to like kind of like insert it, but one of the go.
Oh, great again. Give us a moment.
Oh jeez.
Welcome back, Chris.
Oh, that was weird. For that, there's gonna be a way to essentially render like local name tags. It's gonna like show only the badges that the user actually has like on their account, and use like a standard font that like Neos is using, plus like some extra information. So, it's not gonna be a feature for like that you're gonna like implement yourself. That's gonna be something like we add, because that way like it has like consistency to the system. The only thing, if you are using custom name badges, is like so you set up the appropriate components so the name badge can be hidden, and then the system can just like render a local one. It's gonna help in other cases as well. Let's say like users who are, for example, invisible in the session. On the Make avatar, you can like force essentially a name badge to be rendered like wherever they are, so you can kind of tell, and it's gonna be useful for like moderation purposes and so on.
Yeah. So Eden says, would there be a way to implement something in the settings for people to choose to have a low quality force and low prefab? Yep, we've already discussed this kind of like an LOD system, and yes, this is planned.
It's also gonna tie into like the asset variant system, because like one of the optimizations is like doing like the reduced versions of meshes, and once the settings UI is reworked, we can also add like more options for that. So you can, for example, say I don't want to load any textures that are above 4K or 2K. So like the system will kind of like we already have like already underlying support. We don't have like one for like the meshes right now, but
or well less, not 56, 5 seconds. Better asset variants to download. Blue says please add the boop command to Twitch. Tell this boy to make it. He's gotta make it. My chat's asked 50 times, Frux. 50 times chat has asked. I've counted. This is the 50th first. We gotta add a boop chat command with the hand to go boop boop boop. Yeah, and it does that. 51 times. But no, I promise, chat. This year we are adding the boop and also the head pat thing. So I'll go pat 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 pat. Actually, I can do the gives you the nice pat pat sound effect, right? You're right. That would actually be horrible. I think we should just do like a patting sound, but
gives you the nice pat pats. Pat 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 pat.
You have that recorded. Oh goodness.
Gives you the nice pat pats. Pat 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 pat.
That would be funny, I'm sure.
Does anybody have a puppet to put that on? I feel like it's another puppet one.
This is a better one.
Nice pat pats. Pat 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 pat.
Yes, that one.
It's Parappa the Rappa.
But yeah, for sure we will get those commands in for you guys. We just have to have some sort of time where I can get Frox or get someone else that can help me logics wise, because I am not good with logics at all. But if I can get somebody to help me with the chat to add that inside, we will definitely get it for you guys. No, Xan, your question's coming up quite soon. Raptor Angel says, I would say keep the logic stuff open source, but not edible, so people can learn how to program. After all, that's how I learned to program on games on Game Maker Studio. I feel like that would be the best first, right? Yeah. I agree.
I mean, typically you would also leave that up to the creator too, if we can, in any way, because it's like, it's your work, you should kind of like have some say in it.
Yeah, and Zan says, do you think it would be possible to have a whitelist or paid system for public folders? Like say I want to distribute a public folder for those who paid for a certain model, and I can personally add them to be able to access it, so I know it wouldn't be spread.
You wouldn't use like the public folder system, because the public folder system is not meant like for public distribution like that. It's just meant like you want to share a folder with a friend or something like that. The proper way to do that is like through essentially what we discussed before, is like having the license system, which like ties information that like this asset or this object is paid, and then having the workshop where we submit the item like to a public database. So that's gonna be the way like it's gonna be handled.
Shared folders should just contain the content of what you want to distribute out to other people, and then if you want to sell an item or an avatar or whatnot, it would be in the store system.
Once we have like the workshop, like people like shouldn't be really using the public folder system to distribute items at all, because the proper way is gonna be the workshop.
Yeah. Okay.
The public folder is like people cannot use it right now as a placeholder because we don't have the proper system, but we don't want that one to be like a method of distribution, because like it has a lot of like limitations, and people are kind of asking for features that are going to be provided by the workshop system to be added to the public folder system, but it doesn't really work with the public folder system because it's not designed for that kind of distribution.
And Spec says, any plans to allow writing logics directly in C#?
We don't have one specifically.
I know there was know there was talk of WebAssembly, like plugin and stuff in the future, but
Yeah, we have very rough plans like for like the scripting. We want to add like more like advanced scripting support, and we're probably gonna use the WebAssembly system for that because it's very flexible. Like you can compile lots of different languages. It's also designed for safety, and I feel like that would probably open up the most options because you can take lots of libraries. Let's say there's like some like audio processing or image processing library that's written in C or C++. You can just compile it, integrate it with Neos, and have it like run easily. Or another thing, there's a lot of emulators written like in C or C++. So you can again like take that code. You can take like a Sega Genesis emulator, integrate it with Neos, and then you have an emulator in here. It works with lots of other languages, like you can compile like a Lua interpreter and like use that in Neos and essentially use like Lua for scripting. So I think that one's probably gonna be the most
tricky,
powerful option. But it is also like a more like long term right now.
Mm.
And No More says, are you going to show off user creations and worlds off the stream? Not for this stream. I usually show them off at the end of the month every Friday. So for the next stream where I'm going to be doing a community showcase, that's going to be on the 29th of January is usually when I show off stuff for worlds. But sometimes I even just go to other worlds during other streams too. For this one, I kind of want to like discuss out all of our plans that we got going out for this year and, you know, have a good set forth direction as to what we want to try to accomplish. And hopefully we can also get the advertising side of Neos out really well with our new images and new trailer that's going to be heading out on the Steam page. And that can be a good way of advertising off and just showing people the potential of Neos and all the cool stuff that people, I think, miss out and they oversee because they just look at the Steam page and it's really out of date and they're not seeing everything that's been made out for this whole entire year of 2020 has really improved it to this amazing platform that, you know, has grown so much today, and I can't wait to see it grow more. You gotta just keep watering it. It's like a plant, and eventually we're gonna start having fruit. Lots and lots of fruit. But right now it's still a seedling just coming up from the roots in the ground, and, you know, we gotta nurture it. So we gotta see, Rampus says, will there be also licenses given to... Bless you. Will there also be licenses given to a person? Don't forget about a situation where you want to give someone an item tied to them.
Yes. Well, the license system essentially is going to be like flexible, so you can use it like so people can obtain the license by paying for it. So for example, you say like by paying 10 NCR, they get license to like use the object and maybe to export it. But this is not going to be the only way to obtain it. Like we want to make it so you can use it for lots of different scenarios. So let's say you also have like item that was made just for you. You don't want that item to be sold. It's just your personal item, but also you don't want it to be copied. So you apply a license to it, but you don't provide a way to essentially obtain it. So that way, like the system will still like perfect the item, make sure like other people cannot save it. But also it won't provide them a way of like obtaining it either. But if you're like owner of the license, you can for example say I'm just gonna grant this person the license, or I'm gonna give them the license for 7 days. Maybe like you want to have them try out the item, so like they try it out for a bit, and if they want to buy it later on, they could do that, or they can like borrow it. So I kind of want that system to be kind of very, very flexible and useful for lots of different use cases.
Yep. And Eden says, silly question, I haven't looked into this yet, but is there a way to host a headless on a cloud server? Also, Blade Runner, thank you for the follow. Did you have an answer for the cloud headless?
Yes, I recommend like checking out like the headless channel. There's like a fair bit of like discussion. You pretty much just need like a server with like adequate hardware, and then you need like to install Mono if you're like running on Linux, or like Net Framework if on Windows, and then you pretty much like set up like the config file and run it.
Yeah, and at least in terms of it being a cloud server, it depends on what provider you choose and just your experience with setting up stuff like that.
Yeah, go on our Discord, discord.gg/neosvr, and go under the channel for the headless, right? Headless.
I know a lot of people use local setups currently, but there's probably like I think like maybe 1 or 2 users who do a cloud setup.
Yeah, they'll be all. I'm sure if you ask questions, there's people to help in there as well. Spacer said, Deca gear support question mark feels like the perfect headset for Neos. I mean, if they produce out a good quality headset, like we're available to implement any hardware at all inside of Neos. If there's a lot of individuals that are having the Deca gear and that we're starting to see people, inside of here that need it, we will do an implementation for it, absolutely, because we're very big here on Neos when it comes to hardware.
We're kind of
When we
like watching
get
that
it,
one, like seeing like what happens, and like if we manage to get our hands like on a dev kit or onto hardware, we're gonna integrate it. But
Yep.
right now
really
they
good.
don't have like anything available yet, so that's it's more of a waiting game right now.
Yep, until they actually, I think that they only have actually one developer kit of themselves, so they'll have to produce out some more and then give it our way, and then we can implement. Sprayer says, have you all been getting enough sleep? Seems like you people are staying up too late. New Year's not. No, I got a perfect amount of sleep. I woke up at like 12. I went to sleep at around like 4 or 5 a.m., something like that. That's enough sleep.
That's it.
It's good. How about you, Frox? Do you have enough sleep?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I
Brooks,
don't
are you
know.
awake?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not awake.
Oh.
Mr.
I woke
Roboto.
up. I woke up at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what time is it for you right now?
Midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. Oh gosh.
Good
Frox
morning.
is,
I woke up a
Frox
few
is
hours
so
ago.
kind. He's even here with us in times where it's super.
No,
late.
I woke up like a few hours ago.
Yes. What happened to the bubbles? Do you got some bubbles to pop? Oh, the other bubbles. Beautiful, Frox. Beautiful.
Accidentally deleted your head. Is that a headless client? I mean,
Yes.
maybe.
So there's this new thing
Oh.
where somebody made where here, wait, stop moving, Frox. Boy,
He's a firefox.
Firefox, yes.
What?
I'm not just lighting Frox on fire. I have a
Advanced
reason as to
The
why. I'm doing this.
VR.
Okay. Anyways, so if you give him like some pets, something like that, you can start seeing the smoke will rise. See, smoke's rising and lights on fire.
Oh.
Oh no.
Wait, Brooks, no.
found a drum roll.
Come back. Oh.
Beautiful.
Folks, come here.
No more says, is it allowed to host headless servers on multiple server as a Patreon?
Yes. You can host
mean-
as many as you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Host as many as you like.
Be mindful though if you can.
This is the amazing bubble made by Louis.
Oh, that's Louis' bubble?
Yep.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's the most realistic bubble that you can have in VR.
What?
Except the bubbles don't make a sound when you pop them. Like, let's be real here.
If you're listening really closely.
Yeah, but
I've
they
heard a
don't
bubble pop once or twice.
Have you heard it pop like that though? That loud?
Yeah, usually it's like that big, kind of. It's like,
That's like SpongeBob bubble pop.
wait, can I make this big? It's like that big
Oh.
usually.
Oh, wait, when it's that big, it actually makes a sound like that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not that high pitch, but there's a sound.
Discord.gg/NeosVR. Definitely join it. We also have a link under our
Yes.
Twitch channel for our Discord, so please join that because that's where you can actually access the most
I need
detailed
to restart
information.
like
about
my
Neos.
headset's kind of freaked out and broke
Okay.
things.
Okay, Farouk's.
Oh,
Frox is restarting, so I got you guys to myself.
oh, good. We'll be here to
Are there
help.
plans for direct payments in the future for storage space? Yes, there are planned 100%. I know that this is for sure to where we're going to be able to use NCR to be able to pay for it, or even just direct PayPal to have increased storage. Something other than being able to do it through the Patreon. Patreon is just a way to support us as of right now, but we will have systems set in place to where if people want to save a little bit of money and just buy only storage for their account, they'll be able to do that. And then it'll make it a lot easier of a process to instantly get them the storage that they need, because I know it's a little bit of a process having to do Patreon just to get storage. It would be much better to get storage in other ways, which we're actually planning on hopefully doing more storage streams as well, to where we give away free storage to you guys here on stream, so then you can have your increased by a few
spicy.
gigabytes.
That's spicy.
Yeah. So, and that I can actually do a lot more often. is being able to give away free storage than I can, giving out merch. That will probably be.
Oh no, not the freeze again.
no question marks in the freeze. Frey says, yeah, but yeah, I already answered that question. Cool. Will we be able to convert NCR to USD in the future? Technically, you already can if you convert it to NCR, then to Ethereum, then to whatever currency that you want. But if you want it from direct, yeah, we do have plans to make it so then you can use PayPal.
And if you want, you could also do personal investments with, or talk to other people who want to buy your NCR for USD. It works like any other crypto
I
currently.
will buy your NCR. How about this? If you want to sell me NCR, I'll buy your NCR because I already know that it's gonna make my head big.
It's fueled by NCR.
All of the NCR is going to my head. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
I'm happy. My head is small right now.
Hey, it's better to hold on to your NCR right now, you guys.
It is
because it's very, very low right now. That's all I have to
say.
Honestly, for where it's at and where it can actually go into the next couple of years, hold on to it. It's very smart. It used to be 6 cents, and now it's already almost 12 cents, so it's already doubled in a way.
Yeah, like I think I started at like the start of the year with like a decent amount, and like it was like maybe like what 2 cents, and I think right now it's like at like maybe 10, 9. I haven't looked in a while, but I already have a return on it, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I do too, but I'm that's like when I'm in my like late 30s retirement money. NCR is.
Yeah.
I'm not touching any of that until the time is required for it. Same with Rayuvi. Are you saving it as well, Rayuvi?
Oh yeah, as much as I can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, welcome, dude.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
Hey.
It's good.
Zanda says, I need to look into making more NCR. Yeah, I mean, you don't, like, you kind of, there's only a few ways that you can get it. You just either mint it out through Ethereum, or you become a Patreon. If you become a Patreon, you get half of the money that you give to us back as NCR. And you can use that NCR at any time to transfer it out. No More says, the real question is, how much storage do the Neos team members have? As much as we want. As much as we want. Like,
I would get 100 gigabytes.
Like, we can change it and adjust it. Like, for me personally, I have how much do I have? I think like 100 gigabytes right now. But I can have that increased out at any point that I need it. But I don't need that more than that right now. I'm only using like 30 gigabytes right now. But when I do need it,
or 50.
You're at 50?
47.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Probable Prime says, I have 1.17 terabytes. That's because Probable Prime is our $500 Patreon tier, I believe. So,
Prime's a big boy.
Yeah, he's doing a very high tier on the Patreon, so that's why he's getting terabytes.
But with the higher tiers, you also get a
now,
license, so it makes sense.
Here's the real question for Probable Prime. How much of that 1.17 terabytes are you using? Okay, it's $250, I'm sorry. $250 is doing for the Patreon. How much of those gigabytes are you actually using of that terabyte? That's what I want to know. And also D6E says, you want to...
What?
Okay.
Oh.
This water infiltrating inflationary currencies so that people are encouraged to spend them. Yeah, I mean, it's all currency, and Probable Prime is only using 5.34 gigabytes.
Man, he has less than me.
Turk's like, give me some.
I feel like I messed up.
What you guys at to?
We're doing a Q&A stream right now.
Yeah, we're talking to chat, answering all questions about Neos and its future 2021 stream, all that good stuff.
I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Look at this
if you
boy.
want, do be mindful if you can.
Oh. Hello.
Of course.
Hey.
Hi.
Give.
Okay, well, do you want me to do it right now?
How long will
No,
we go?
I'm waiting. Okay, just let me know when you want me to come out. Xandarawi says, actually, I'm curious, is there a system to become a moderator, or do y'all just choose them whenever. Also, be sure to put a question mark if you have any questions, so then it gets put onto this board. It only detects if a question mark is inside the comment, but luckily I caught that one. And yeah, if you are curious about becoming a moderator, I would get in contact with Veer, who is the head of our moderation team, and you can learn about the process and to sign up as to become one for Neos, because we are looking for trustworthy people that can really help out individuals if they're being harassed here inside of Neos, and we want to make sure that Neos is an amazing place to come where you can enjoy connecting with other individual people and not be harassed by some random user, and we definitely have a zero tolerance for people like that. So you know, if you feel like you're up to the task of, you know, and you're on Neos a lot, that's another thing that commemorates about being a moderator here for Neos, is that you have to use and be on Neos quite a lot. So
one thing I'd like to also add is words. Being a moderator also isn't what you expect it to be sometimes. So if you really do want it, do you understand what you're getting into?
Exactly. Like, people, they sometimes want to become moderation just for the status. Don't do it for status. If you're doing it for status, you're going to be sorely disappointed, because all it is just you having to be on at all times, and also answering of people's complaints or things that are problems that they're associated out with them. And sometimes that's not enjoyable. Also, who turned off the lights? Oh, okay.
To contact moderation stuff, please contact Veer, our Chief Moderation Officer.
Yeah. Also, yep.
Moderation officer.
So, Freyr says, I always get concerned about the space usage for me. I'm at 170 megabytes of my 1 gigabyte. I heard that there's a bot command to be report on usage. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I think the commands are on the wiki if you want to look into it. If not, just search the Neos updates in the Discord. If you do not find it on the wiki, they should be up there.
Rama says, who does introduce the static in audio? I'm not sure. And probably it's Wraith that's having a staticky audio.
No, it's not me. It's
Oh,
Frox.
it's Frox. Okay,
Oh, is it breaking up?
Yeah, it's your microphone.
Thanks, Andario.
Oh, I had to kill Neos at the
Yeah.
the...
You probably have to reset it. Why is
Is it
And just to add on to the report command, it'll send an email to your. It'll send you an email of the report, so you can get like an idea of what you're doing there.
the universe?
Sorry, if someone already asked, but will desktop view be getting multi-monitor support to switch to other displays? We actually already have that. Just aim at your desktop display view and hit your context menu. You'll be able to switch.
What he said. Weird, the
Ooh,
audio.
what's that?
Oh no, it's a thing Frox shot. It's from the architect.
Ooh.
It's glowy and looks cool.
Oh, it's the
cool on
glowy
camera.
ball.
Yep.
Oh,
I was
you
just like
goofed.
showing off on chat. Looks like it going into like a vortex. But yeah, really awesome questions today, you guys. I feel like hopefully this has like answered quite a bit of thoughts that you might have had about Neos, as well as gives you a little bit of a clear picture as to where our general direction is going to be for this year. And it's so awesome to have so many brand new people here inside of Neos that are willing to help out with this process, because the one thing that I've noticed the most for Neos is it's other minds working together that actually produce out and grow Neos. So the more that you can even tell your friends or even let other people know if they have VR about it, if they didn't know about it before, that already is an amazing way to support us and just, get the word out of like letting people know, hey, there's this brand new VR online social software that you can basically use at your advantage to do whatever you want in VR and not feel limited. So, where Inspect says, what resolution does the desktop texture render at? I have a ultra wide at 5120 by 1440, and it can be very difficult to read even if up close. Do you have an answer to that, Frox?
Oh, sorry, what was the question?
It says, what resolution
desktop
does the
view
desktop
render
texture
display.
render at?
The desktop texture is the same resolution as your actual desktop, so
There you go.
that's probably just like it's a pretty high resolution, so that's probably just the resolution of the headset display.
Maybe we should add something where people can set the mirror render resolution if we want to in the future.
Say chat, give me bits.
I don't really see point in it because like the only way you could just like make it like lower and like there's not much point like to making lower than where your desktop actually is because you just lose information.
No, more so in consideration of like either CPU or GPU usage. That's why sometimes people will typically drop the resolution
Ivy's
down
always
to
small.
like save performance for their like whatever they're doing.
Also,
that's
VR
why.
is up.
Oh, does your like a Steam VR like a render like the one have to like control in the Steam VR?
Okay.
Oh, Oculus.
Also, Cedar and Dragon, thank you so much for the follow. Very kind of you.
Will we get a new way to show other users our HUD or inventory instead of using the legacy inventory? Basically, being able to make our dash public or private again. I've been wanting that to myself.
You won't be able to make the entire dash public, but the way the new UI is essentially designed is so you can like bring it into the world. So once the inventory itself is already designed, you'll be able like to show it to other users.
Cool.
Yep, good question. I'll be very excited about that. I'll also be excited to when we can actually share our screens as long as the security allows for it and everything checks out for that, because I would love to bring up my video game just inside of here and it'll be like I'm at a LAN party in VR. So Wraith wants to show me something, which we're gonna go outside and check it out. Let's
Actually, something from quite a few of us actually.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let's check it out, chat. I'm gonna put all the questions on pause. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna jump down this way. Ah, break my legs. Oh, how cute.
Aww. Why do I feel like this isn't gonna be an explosion?
Fog as well.
Yes.
Oh, what? Oh, look. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Woo!
Woo! Happy New Year!
Huh?
Happy New Year, you guys.
Oh wait, no.
Oh,
not
yeah.
Ash.
Not the ash. Don't stand under fireworks.
There we
You
go.
can fly through fireworks, it's safe.
Oh, I mean, it is
Woo! It's like Disneyland. Disney World. I love my Disney World. My favorite pet on earth.
I can bring
Disney.
them closer.
Disney World.
There you go.
Have any of you attended a Midwest Fur Fest, and how was your experience? I haven't personally, no. I've never been to any convention in my life.
Here, wait. I think you need a light. One sec.
I don't even think Frox has been to any
This
convention.
one-
His life. Have you ever been to a convention before?
This one doesn't do that.
No. Yeah. Never. Storm says, I'm looking to Neos VR right now. Awesome. Yeah, definitely check it out. Completely free on Steam. I mean, why wouldn't you want to? I mean, look at how amazing it already is, and it's for free.
Why is that
For free. Oh, thanks. Got to bring out the... Is there a timeline for physics?
Right now the physics is essentially waiting on a fix from Unity. The one it's already scheduled for version that should come out soon. So once that becomes like unblocked, it'll be pretty high on the list.
There you go. The ladder must be really tiny.
But yeah, physics, right? Yeah, right when it gets fixed out from Unity, for sure we will be having that inside because that's top priority. Is get that in here. I think it's gonna change Neos in a huge way once we get in here.
Here you go. Next, have a sparkler.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me see it lighten up. Thank you very much.
Here you go, Fricks.
Where are my Roman candles, though? I want Roman candles. Nobody
Thanks,
likes
Saya, for
these
making
things.
this.
Nobody likes these things. They like Roman candles.
Hey, it's nice when you get after the pool all day
Let me fix
and
that
you're
for
like, I want to just relax. I just want to see sparkly lights. And you just want to go wee.
Yeah, where's the
I'm
Roman
gonna add
candle
this
fight? See,
trio.
Luca knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I agree.
Get rid of this fucking thing.
Somebody has to now make a firework pack.
Oh, somebody's
can
grabbing
talk
onto the
again.
sign.
You can talk again now.
Make the Neos logo unlit? Question mark?
You were muted.
Yeah, that might make it look better because it is a little bit dark. It's a little bit too
got
shiny.
muted earlier.
Can I get burnt?
Hey,
dude, real quick.
transmitting background noise.
Oh.
Yeah, I can give you perms. I don't care. Oh wait, can't sing that, otherwise get copyright strike. That's one thing that will never change. Copyright, copyright, copyright. Disgusting.
Well,
Disgusting.
Happy New Year's.
I was thinking that exactly. Here goes DMCA again.
Careful, you'll go to jail.
DMCA.
They say you'll go to jail now. Be careful now.
I mean, I think I would look good.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, do be mindful of your laws and where they apply.
Hey, well, you're a cool dragon. You're cool too, dude. You're awesome. Happy New Year's to you.
I was also
Nobody can say anything about us playing that music.
There we go. Yeah, this isn't this isn't copyrighted. So this is our
No,
music.
it is
technically it is,
copyrighted,
but
but it's
Yeah, but it's
copyrighted
art.
as
Yeah,
well.
we purchased it.
No, this was composed for one of my games.
Oh, it's composed for one of your games. Okay, fair enough. Is that why you will implement something related in Neo's content ID system? We're implementing that so then people and their creators are gonna, you know, I mean, they can't live off nothing, but it's like, sometimes it's difficult when every single ounce of everything is copywritten. I know that there will be a lot of free stuff on the market, so that makes me happy. I'm personally gonna have all my stuff for free. You guys can have all the VR art that I make for free. He said the F word again? What's the F word? I didn't.
Free.
Oh.
Is that African or American?
200.
The F word is
What?
just Froxius.
What?
You actually know that?
212.
Oh shit, okay. Creepy with the cloud back, damn.
That was a Monty Python reference.
If you guys want to see, I want the chat to see that their questions are being put up there. That's why I kind of angled the camera like that.
Cool. Welcome back, Beer.
What is the average airspeed velocity of an unlanded Neos swallow? I don't know. 7. Okay, there you go. That's answered. Was my roadmap question answered? I just got back. I think so. You're talking about the physics? If you're talking about the physics, yes, it was answered. But just so you
My
know,
roadmap is also like on GitHub and like on the weekly updates. Like we also do the talk, so I recommend like keeping an eye on out.
And if
yeah,
you're like
to just run you down as to what we said. We're waiting for Unity to do their bug fix. Right when they're done with their bug fix and they implement that through Unity side, we'll start implementing the Beply 2 physics and having physics here inside here. So we have no idea yet because we're waiting on Unity. So that's a Unity question.
Details on GitHub.
Yeah, and if you're ever curious, I always recommend at least trying to ask on Discord. We'll be able to link you the proper like final say with some stuff sometimes.
Yep, and
Or at least a why and what.
Pith Effer says, an excellent one, what kind of creature is your avatar? I am in an Avali. A-V-A-V-I-L, I think. Avali. A-V-A-L-I.
Volley.
Avali.
This is a really good track. Good job.
Well, I didn't
this
make
is
it.
true. And this is true, Danny.
Oh, wait, you didn't make
do
it?
have over
I cannot compose
760 Patreons now here inside Neos. It's so awesome. Very thankful for it.
Oh.
Yep, with big eyes. Here, let me take off my glasses.
No, is that when you pull your trigger?
Fuck you doing?
No.
Next has a custom Avali model.
Watch.
Yes, I do. Yeah. The F word. Hey, this is somewhat adult. I can say that word sometimes.
Oh no. My hands are still going off. Why are my hands
Oh,
are
it's
still
been
going
me.
This is the official Neo stream. Index controllers,
been
please
me.
work with me.
right,
Official.
I am a wizard.
Official
Watch as
Neo
I-
stream.
Disappears.
Yeah, it's PG-13.
It's been me.
Please be sure that you let your parents know that you're watching this.
It's been me.
What would your parents think of you guys if you were watching this stream right now? What would they say?
Parents?
Parents, yes.
Oh. What are you doing with your life?
Probably.
Rox needs to be very careful where he's putting that
Pip says,
sparkler.
don't care. I don't care either. Actually, here,
Fox.
we
Put it on Lexi's head.
won't care together. This is... Excuse me, Frox.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Are you like 30?
I don't care. I don't care.
It's not cartoons anymore, it's anime. That's how you justify it.
Any news on the basic search for inventory and file browser? We did already talk about this. This is a planned feature that's going to be hopefully in the next few months of 2021. We will have an inventory reorganizable for you guys.
Oh.
Okay, yes, but no more
Hey,
of this
Ready
other
to...
music.
You want to shoot... Does it destroy people, or is it just an effect?
Pretty much. What are those things? You're 24. Shouldn't you be doing other stuff? Angel says, are those one of your non-straight friends online you were always talking about? My parents, 2021.
Insert boomer joke here.
Insert boomer joke. Hey, virtual reality is stemming off from everything for the future, right, you guys? So this might be interesting, weird, different, unique, but hey, that's amazing because I can look over there and it feels like I have this giant mansion of a place to do my streams at, and it's all virtual and a lot better on resources, and I don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on places, but I can still meet with other people in the environment. I utilize this technology as the most that we have it, and I'm very thankful that it exists. Goodbye, Tiny.
Wait, who's getting...
The gods have spoken.
Oh
The gods have spoken. Hey, do you guys want to hear me sound like a cat? I can make my voice sound like cat. You want to hear that?
What?
You want to?
Hello?
Oh, Long Johnson.
Nah, Nex just put his headset on his cat.
Try saying old Long Johnson.
Goodbye, Turk.
no.
Oh, my turn.
The gods have spoken.
You won't get me!
Immediate PTSD of my parents' cat. Yeah. I can also make my voice sound like Meatwad. Or I can make it sound like it's like hard to come up with.
Put the command in wrong.
Or if I'm doing that voice and I pretend like I'm inhaling helium through a balloon, it freaks people out. I'll like, here I have an invisible balloon.
Did we get Davlin's question?
Actually, oh wait, we can exist again. Actually, I was gonna say next. If you're doing
I don't
this
have
kind of editing-
resolutions, Rampa.
So-
Resolutions are a joke. My resolution this year was to not have any resolutions.
Uh-oh.
How did you get resolution?
My resolution is like to have at least 4K VR headset.
Do I foresee more
Possibly
puppets?
higher resolution.
Possibly.
But also with
next-
tracking in like really good quality and comfortable and
Yeah,
good
we
quality.
are aliens. I like being an alien.
So next,
Third.
you were doing some voices with yours going high. I got some that I can bring going low because I lost my voice the past couple of days actually, so I couldn't talk at all.
Let's hear
Don't
it.
keep that one.
Let's hear your low voice.
Let's see. 1 second.
Good
You
answer.
got this right here.
Smooth burp.
And this is me trying to talk with that.
Beautiful. I'm so proud of you.
I've got a question.
Serious question.
If I'm trying to make my voice sound low, then I'll probably try to talk through my stomach, but it's a little bit harder for me to do that.
And then you have silly stuff like this.
Oops, I farted.
Speaking of
Right.
VR hardware,
Yeah,
I've got a
I'm
question.
trying to make my voice sound more
I mentioned it
deeper
to Fruits
than
recently.
Try to do from that octave.
Hello, I'm Geralt of Rivia. Nice to meet you.
New
Nice
trackers
to
I was on
meet
about too.
Alright.
I hear you need monsters to be slain.
Oh, trackers?
Tundra trackers.
Oh,
I
yes.
slay my own monsters.
Ooh, yes, I heard
I
about
heard tongue
those.
trackers for some reason.
Yeah, those
No,
look really
it's
good.
a-
Those
it's
Tundra
a-
trackers.
It's a new tracker type that I think people are releasing. I think it's using the same like underlying stuff, but it's just another like offer.
They're actually going to be able as well. You're going to be able to link. I believe it's free. $5 to their dongle.
Possibly, Skywin. Possibly.
Oh, 3 of them on one dongle.
Yes.
Yeah,
That'll
I
help with
should,
the
yeah.
USB
That
issue.
that is actually really nice.
Actually, it's 3,
I got a
5,
question.
7.
No, wait.
What's a
One
computer?
Yes,
Yeah, we got
I
the
could answer here.
Yes.
A computer is a
I wonder
machine
what
that can be
this
instructed to
is.
carry out
Yeah.
sequences of arithmetic logical operations automatically.
I haven't really looked into-
programming. Modern
I haven't
computers
looked too
have
much
the
into it
ability
yet
to
because
follow-
like you kind of wait like a month or a week until like.
I didn't delete
I
it.
mean, even
For 8
What?
quality.
Somebody else
you
deleted
need
it. It
just
wasn't me.
This
That's
one's
pretty good.
Gee, I wonder who did.
I'm kind of
this one's a
waiting
good one.
because the thing is like with stuff like this, you want to be
Speaking
patient
of
because even
computer
like you're,
hardware,
we still have no
That's
idea.
actually a funny one
So
because
it's like you wanna be patient with the
we
hardware.
used to do VR hardware, like particularly Carol, because
I
he
get you.
was
We've
actually
been in a lot of
working with
situations
like a
where
bunch of like
hardware
engineers
cannot
to
meet
work on
up to
something
expectations.
called
Side combo,
Rift
side combo,
and
side combo.
Apologies.
What were you saying, Frox?
we actually used to do like VR hardware, like especially Carol, like he was like really into that. He did a project called like Rift that was actually quite like successful. It was like an Indiegogo campaign, and just like an upgrade kit for the first DK1, like which brought like a better like quality display and so on. And then he spent like some time like developing like bigger like VR hardware, like having like a big headset like with like 2 displays. But eventually we kind of like dropped that part, and the people like who were like working with it on that one, they essentially split off like into a separate company. And one of the reasons we cannot drop it is because like doing VR hardware is very difficult, especially with
Yeah.
especially when we're competing with like companies where they have like production lines, because when we were doing that one, it was really hard to find the right hardware, like displays, because manufacturing or even like designing those that takes enormous amounts of money. And it's done at better like any like profit margins, so it's kind of like
I'm glad that you
it's
guys
something
put
like
your
we don't
focus
really
more
rush
into
into
the
like to
software
get back
side,
into.
though. I'm
Maybe,
glad
like,
that
if
we're
we
not
get-
really hardware.
Maybe like if
Be
we
a
get
nightmare.
like big at some point, like might be something we start like doing again, but like right now it's not really.
I think
something
it's good that we just focus on software because that's what we're
Hmm.
you know
Yeah.
really proficient as of going
Well,
forward.
it's also
and
like
that's-
a lot easier because like with hardware it's just like really hard doing it in a way
especially
that's
since
like profitable.
especially now more than ever, because in my opinion, I think the market needs it. I think it needs the better software for VR, and it's lacking in a big way. So
Hardware
hardware
will change, software will last.
yeah. But so
Also, like
we're-
hardware,
we-
it's just like it's just like the main like issue with like the profitability of it, because like if you have like the companies like selling it at better like in a profit margin or even at loss, like it's how to compete with that.
You too. What were you trying to say though next?
I was gonna say that we're gonna be ending off the stream here fairly soon, and I'll be saying goodbye. Let me just set the camera up properly. Oh, there we go. Everyone here and say hello, hello.
Well,
But yeah, Thank you so much for watching today's stream, you guys. We have so much more planned again for this year of 2021, and thank you for everyone who helped out last night for bringing in or helping up all those new users, as well as hopefully those new users that tried out Neos last night are also to come back inside of here, and we have even more goals that well surpass 400 users online, and that will just be the norm of how many users are on here every single day, and I can't wait to see Neos get to that direction, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys for helping out this amazing project that I'm so thankful that I get to be part of, and same with all the rest of us. And if it wasn't for you guys, and if it wasn't for all of you, you know, Neos wouldn't be what it is now, and so many more years to come, and this is to celebrate for 2021, an amazing brand new year, and start off fresh for all of you guys. And thank you for watching, and anything else you guys would like to add off, say goodbye to the chat, or anything you want to say?
Stay safe.
Stay safe, yes.
And have a happy new year.
Yes. See you, my peeps.
Hey,
You're my people.
Bye.
You're my people.
Have a good time.
Bye.
Now we just wave.
Goodbye,
until Max can hit the
2020.
button.
Hello, 2021.
Yes.
Sayonara.
2021.
Sayonara. 2020. I can say it like that because, you know, yes. Ah!